Well, we are back talking about 2023 snow checks once again, and this time it is not looking good for me for the second year in a row. I know we haven't really covered much on the recall of the fuel pumps, and today Polaris is supposed to be releasing a statement with a fix. We're going to get into that in just a minute, but I want to talk about my current situation with my snow check, being that I recently sold off my 2019 Pro RMK 850 before I had a guaranteed date on my snow check, and now we are not looking too hot. I'm seeing a lot of 850s get delivered, a lot of 650s get delivered, and people with Boost getting delivery dates, which is fantastic. I ordered a 9R. Me being me, I sold my sled before my snow check came in because I was like, I'm taking this one. I have a good feeling it's coming on time, and I'm getting a good price for my old sled. And now we are not looking hot. So I am getting kind of worried because we're partway into October, then we have November, and then I have trips planned in the beginning of December. So I need a sled, and if mine's not going to be here, I got to figure something out. So I texted my contact over at my dealership that I ordered my 9R through. I texted him, said, hey, I know it's early. I'm just checking in on my snow check, and when the 9R is when we delivered, I sold my sled, so I'm sledless now. I have some trips coming up, and I need to know the odds of having my sled by then, because otherwise I need to look into getting a temporary sled. And he sends me a picture that says it shows this, and it is a picture of his screen in the Polaris dealer portal, and it's my name, my sled, my order, and an estimated ship date of January 3rd through January 13th. And obviously that is tentative. What seems to be on the delayed snow checks, if you ordered a black tunneled sled, you are going to be getting your sled first, whereas people like me who ordered a color tunnel sled are going to be delayed. Now, I don't have any cold hard facts on that, but that is what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing. So yeah, we are sledless, and my sled isn't going to be here before the first trip of the year, which means I got to go out and buy a sled before the 1st of December. How did I know? Like, I should have known better. This is my luck. This is something that would 100% happen to me, and of course it did. So now we are stuck in a tricky situation. I was between wanting to buy like a cheap beater sled for like 4 or 5 grand, or I could like spend like 10 and get something really nice that I could either trade in or sell to put towards my 9R, or if I really liked it that much, keep it as a second sled. I have come to the conclusion that I'm going to spend more money on this sled than I was originally planning on, and I'm going to get something that's really nice that I can either sell or trade to put towards the new 9R, or if I really like it, keep it as a backup sled or a sled for friends to ride if they don't have one. With this decision being made, I am going sled shopping this weekend, literally this Saturday. I have a couple dealerships. I'm going to go take a look at some sleds, and I will hopefully be coming home with the sled in the bed of this truck. Now, the sleds I'm looking at, you guys, it is something completely out of my comfort zone, completely out of the ordinary for me, completely out of the realm of this channel in general. It is like nothing you guys would ever think I'd actually end up buying. I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you one hint on this sled, and you guys are going to have to wait till next week to see what I actually end up with. If I hopefully end up getting it, is it's not a Polaris. That's all I'm going to say. That's as far as I'm going to go. It is not a Polaris. So yeah, you heard that here first. Me, Zach Lucars, the Polaris guy on YouTube, is not buying a Polaris. As of right now anyways. I'm going to go look at them, feel them out, sit on them, see what I think, and if all goes to plan, the price is right, they're what I think they are, I think I'll be riding a Polaris for my first couple trips of the season. So yeah, it's some big news, something that you wouldn't expect out of me, something I didn't expect out of myself, but I'm honestly really excited about this decision, and I hope it all goes through, and I hope I like it as much as I do, because I'll probably end up keeping this sled as a second sled, and still obviously taking the 9R, because I'm not bailing on the 9R. I am dedicated to that sled. I've got screwed over 2 years in a row on snow checking new sleds. I'm not letting it happen again. I'm taking this sled no matter what because I really want it. So we'll probably end up having 2 sleds on the channel, one Polaris, one not, and obviously you guys will have to wait till next week to see what I choose because I'm not going to give out any more hints. That's enough talking about me. Now let's talk about the Polaris stop ride order for the fuel pumps. It's October 13th and Polaris has finally sent out a formal email addressing the situation with a fix. I am going to pull the email up right here and we are going to read it together. So this came in today at 1:53 p.m. and it is now 3:27. Email reads, Zach, in cooperation with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, Polaris is conducting a voluntary recall of some model year 2021 to 2023 Matrix, 2015 to 2022 Axis, and select model year 2013 to 2014 Trail Performance, aka Pro Ride snowmobiles. Our records indicate that you are the owner of a Polaris snowmobile with the VIN yada 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 affected. Now, I actually don't own that sled anymore, so... Polaris has determined that with degraded fuel, and especially after extended storage, some models, which we just read off, may pose a risk of fire due to electrostatic static discharge inside the fuel tank. Under specific conditions, vapor may be ignited inside the fuel tank, posing a potential injury hazard. Well, yeah, I would assume. To address this concern, Polaris has authorized your dealer to update the fuel pump assembly. This work will be performed by your dealer at no cost to you. You should immediately stop using the vehicle and contact your authorized Polaris dealer to schedule an appointment to have the repairs performed. Do not attempt the repairs yourself. Repairs must be done by only an authorized Polaris dealer. This repair should take approximately 90 minutes. When making contact with your dealer, discuss parts availability, their schedule, and how long they will need to keep your vehicle. So there it is. We finally have a fix and a formal confirmation from Polaris that there's a fix that is available to dealers right now. There are a few other things I want to cover on this fix kit that I found on Facebook through a couple posts. Are they true or not? I don't know. It's Facebook, but they seem pretty realistic. It states that there will be 4 different kits based on your year and model of your sled. Totally expect that because you probably didn't use the same fuel pump in all the sleds since 2013. The repair is to resolve the concern that has developed with the fuel pump assembly, obviously. The procedure is to remove the fuel tank and the pump, remove all steel hose clamps, install some plastic, replace fuel level components, and reassemble. The new components replace or provide a grounding path to all static accumulators within the fuel system. This eliminates the risk of an electrostatic discharge. One other thing I've heard on the fix kit is they're going to be like the SnowChex with allocations to dealers. So dealers just can't go in and order as many as they want. They're going to get allocated fix kits per dealer, just like they did with the SnowChex. And it's probably to eliminate the hogging of kits, so there's not dealers with 40 of them and some dealers with only 5. They're probably going to do it by volume is what I would assume. So obviously we have not seen a picture of the kits yet, but that is pretty much what the kit is going to be, is replacing the metal hose clamps, adding some plastic in, and basically pulling your fuel pump out of your tank, pulling the tank and replacing it, and it's an approximately a 90-minute fix per sled. Average tech works about 8 hours a day. Let's say, I'm sure some more, but say 8 hours a day. Let's call it 8. So at 8 hours a day, at 90 minutes, so that's 1.5 hours. So divide that by 1.5. The average tech could do up to maybe 6 sleds if they wanted to work overtime in an 8-hour day, 5 comfortably. My recommendation would be, if you got to get your sled fixed with this kit, get in contact with your dealer as soon as possible, because there's gonna be a lot of people trying to get their sleds in last minute, and you can't do a whole bunch of them in a day, being it takes 90 minutes to fix. All in all, I'm super glad that Polaris has finally addressed this issue, sent out a formal email. There are fix kits and they are on their way to dealers. That is a good sign for everyone that has warranty sleds, that they will be able to get them out on the snow as soon as the snow flies, if not very close to that. Just a quick little update video on 2023 Polaris SnowChex, the recalls, and what's going on in my life of buying snowmobiles. If you guys like today's video, smash a huge thumbs up on today's video. Comment section below, let me know if you have a ship date on your sled. I actually am kind of curious to see who ordered what and when they're scheduled to ship, to see if maybe mine isn't actually January and it's just a fault in the system, or if it's true. If you guys are interested in Polaris content, another brand snowmobile content that's coming to the channel, or 2023 SnowChex, or honestly just snowmobiles or trucks in general, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And with all that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I've been riding, rolling, drinking, smoking, that's something I do. I've been hiding all of my emotions, that's something I do.